Hey everyone, today on People Now, a heartbreaking story as a doctor who treated COVID-19 patients dies by suicide. We have details and a message from her father.
A Little Women Atlanta star dies after a hit and run. We'll tell you what happened.
Also today, on the lighter side,
people think you pulled your mask down, but really, you're lifting that chin up.
Tiffany Haddish is giving us a sneak peek at her day-to-day in isolation and what's really going on between her and rapper Common.
Plus,
Hey, Roman.
country star Jimmy Allen is playing games with us and 2 up-and-coming stars he's putting in the spotlight.
All that and a lot more today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. I'm Andrea Boehlke here in Wisconsin. Jeremy, how's it going over there in New York?
Good. It's a sunny day, which is a big relief for sure. There's so much to get to today. We actually begin with some extremely sad news. A top doctor who treated coronavirus patients in New York City died by suicide on Sunday. 49-year-old Dr. Lorna M. Breen served as the medical director of the emergency department at New York Presbyterian Allen Hospital.
Her father, Dr. Philip C. Breen, confirmed the news, telling the New York Times she tried to do her job and it killed her. He added, quote, "Make sure she's praised as a hero because she was. She's a casualty just as much as anyone else who has died." He also revealed the doctor had died while staying at her family's home in Charlottesville, Virginia.
In a statement to People, New York Presbyterian Columbia Hospital said that words could not convey the sense of loss they felt, and their focus was to provide support to her family, her friends, and her colleagues.
Meanwhile, a New York City EMT has also died by what appears to be suicide. Police confirmed to People that 23-year-old John Mondello was found dead on Friday with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head in New York City's Astoria Park. The police said he left no suicide note.
In a statement to People, New York City's fire commissioner said, quote, "The loss of this young EMT who chose to bravely serve others is a tragedy for our entire department."
Mondello's friends told the New York Post that the surge in deaths amid the coronavirus crisis had taken a toll on him prior to his death.
Of course, we always like to remind our viewers, if you or someone you know is considering suicide, you can contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Here's the number, 1-800-273-TALK. You can also text the word strength to the crisis text line at 741-741, or you can go to suicidepreventionlifeline.org.
The Little Women Atlanta family is mourning the death of Ashley Minnie Ross following a tragic hit-and-run car accident. She was 34 years old. Her management company confirmed the news to People. According to Ross's personal publicist, the reality star was gravely injured when the car she was in collided with another vehicle in Atlanta around 11 p.m. on Sunday. Ross died the following night at Grady Memorial Hospital.
A rep for the Lifetime series tells People that Ross was the most beautiful, kind, giving, generous human ever, going on to add that she was adored by cast and crew because she always wore her heart on her sleeve. There's nothing she wouldn't do for those she loved.
Ross's Little Women co-stars expressed their remorse on their personal Instagram pages. Let's take a look at some of them now. Her longtime co-star Amanda Salinas shared an emotional tribute shortly after the news broke, saying in part, "As I'm writing this, I'm in tears. It always seems like we have all the time in the world, only to realize how fleeting it really is."
Miss Juicy shared an Instagram photo saying, "This is too much," with the prayer hands emoji. And Little Women LA star Tanya Banks also paid tribute on Instagram, writing in part, "Miss Minnie, you will be missed."
Ashley Minnie Ross is survived by her mother, Tammy Jackson, her aunt, Veronica Deloney, her uncle, John Deloney, and her grandmother, Rose Deloney. Our thoughts are with all of them at this time. All right, now moving on to some lighter news here. Dr. Anthony Fauci is raving about Brad Pitt's portrayal of him on Saturday Night Live. So in case you missed it, Pitt kicked off SNL's second at-home episode in a monologue where he, as Dr. Fauci, clarified a few of President Trump's recent statements about the coronavirus. Let's take a look.
It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
A miracle would be great. Who doesn't love miracles? But miracles shouldn't be plan A. Even Sully tried to land at the airport first.
So the skit was really hilarious, but ended on a serious note when Pitt took off his wig to thank Fauci and all of the frontline workers.
And during an interview on Telemundo's Un Nuevo Dia, Fauci happily shared that he thinks Pitt did an amazing job. He says, quote, "I think he did great. I mean, I'm a great fan of Brad Pitt, and that's the reason why when people ask me who I would like to play me, I mentioned Brad Pitt." Fauci added, "He's one of my favorite actors. I think he did a great job.
Even though the acting was great, Fauci was most impressed that Pitt took the time to thank healthcare workers. He says, I think he showed that he is a really classy guy. Not only is he a really great actor, but he's actually a classy person. I don't know, Jeremy, we met him at the SAG Awards. I think he's pretty classy.
He's pretty classy and
charming and classy.
Very charming. We were completely mesmerized by him, so I guess so. When asked if the skit reflected Fauci's true feelings, he laughed and he said, quote, everything he said on SNL is what's going on. He did a pretty good job of putting everything together.
All right, things appear to be getting serious between Duane Chapman, also known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, and his new girlfriend, Francie Frayne. On Monday, Frayne shared a photo on Instagram of a heartwarming message that she had handwritten in honor of the reality star about moving on from pain.
The note reads, quote, you never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. So you cling to God and to his word with all of your might because it's all you know to do. Then one day I looked up from the ashes and there you stood. Wow, God. In the caption, Frayne quotes a similar message from the Bible. She then ends with, quote, Duane Dog Chapman, I love you.
Frayne's post comes days after Chapman declared his own love. The reality star shared a photo of Frayne on Instagram over the weekend, and in the caption, he credits her for helping him get past the pain of losing his late wife, Beth Chapman. Beth died in June of 2019 at 51 years old after a battle with throat cancer. He captioned the photo, quote, I scream and cry, Beth, where are you and why did you leave me? Then I look up and see you, Francie, and the pain turns to a smile. I love you, woman.
Earlier this month, the couple spent time catching fish together in the great outdoors of Colorado. In footage posted to Chapman's Instagram, the reality star is filmed by Frayne as he casts out his line to see if he can catch the big one. Love that.
Fans were quick to criticize Chapman for the relationship. However, one of his daughters stepped in to defend him. She said in part, your opinion is invalid. My mother would have wanted him to be happy. In an interview with The Sun US last month, Chapman raved about his new relationship with Frayne, calling it a miracle. He added, it's going really good. Yeah, Jeremy, he came in shortly after Beth passed away, and it was obviously really, he was really going through it at the time. It was very emotional. But he even said that Beth wants him to find love. And I think that people are quick to judge and quick to criticize him, but only he knows what's really going on.
Yeah, and after our experiences, we've now had him on a couple times since her passing. That interaction with him shows me, anyway, that there is no way he would do anything to disrespect his late wife, that he would only do something that he felt like would honor her and keeping her in mind the whole time. And obviously he's found the special woman who can be there for him in this really difficult time as he moves forward. So we're happy for him.
In today's Story to Make You Smile, one 15-year-old girl is vowing to make a difference.
Valerie Shue is a 9th grader from Addison, Texas, who recently donated 11,000 masks to UT Southwestern Medical Center.
And to date, Valerie has raised a total of $7,500 through her Masks Matter fundraiser that she started in March on GoFundMe. She shared with us what inspired her to take action.
The first and main reason is obviously there's been a growing need for masks and PPE for medical workers. I have, my dad has a family friend in Florida who is an ER doctor who said he needed to reuse the same mask for multiple weeks, which just goes to show the urgent need for medical workers to have equipment like masks in order to do their job. Because in order for a community to fight this virus, medical workers need to be able to be safely protected.
On Friday, Valerie delivered all of the 11,000 masks personally to the hospital staff. She shared with us what that experience was like and how the staff responded to her service.
They were so kind and gracious. And just so thankful to everyone. Just goes to show that it's not just doctors and nurses who are working as front lines. It's also people in charge of donations. Everyone in these hospitals, in this entire system, has been working day to night, and I'm just so thankful for all their work, and I'm more than happy to do this. And it just goes to show the effort that a lot of these people are bringing. It's also really inspiring seeing them welcoming me and helping me unpackage a lot of these masks. So I'm just really thankful for it.
But Valerie's contributions go beyond helping hospitals. She also wants to help dispel the bias facing the Asian American community since the outbreak.
It means a lot to me because I want to try and inspire a lot of other Asian American women like me, especially since we've seen Asian American communities coming under fire, targeting because of this virus. I hope to inspire Asian Americans to do these things like me. I hope to inspire Asian Americans to stand up and show other people that we stand along health workers, that we're willing to unite our community, we're willing to help, and that we too are Americans. And just to show, I'm just really happy that I'm able to make a difference and just want to show that Asian Americans are with health workers and we want to unite.
Valerie is no stranger to the bias facing Asian Americans. She shared with us a time that she was personally discriminated against.
The experience I personally felt is when I was in my neighborhood just walking, and this was before social distancing, like before we staying at home. I was just walking outside and I wasn't even coughing or anything, and then there was this other lady who was walking on the walking like a few feet away from me, and then she immediately saw me and like covered her entire mouth and like pinched her nose. So it was kind of like a shocker to me, definitely, especially since I've grown up in the US, like I'm full raised, like I consider myself an American. It just made me realize that no matter how much I try to prove myself as an American, my skin color will always define me. So it's just a really shocking moment to me, which also helped me, like, motivated me to speak out for my race, my community, which is the Asian American community.
Valerie's campaign is still ongoing, and she's encouraging others to get involved. She hopes that in the future, she will expand her donations to other places, like nursing homes and homeless shelters.
The number one thing Valerie wants people to take away from her story is, despite your age, if there's a need in your community, go for it.
I think a lot of people, especially my age, feel like young people cannot make a difference. And I feel like no matter how small a difference you're making, you're still making a difference. So I feel like you should inspire people to make a difference, to try something new, especially in this time of need. I feel like every small contribution makes a difference. We have kids now in our school who are volunteering at food banks and so on. Even small acts like these can be really rewarding for our community. So just small actions, it doesn't matter how small actions, just go ahead and do it, because these small actions add up to a large action that can help our community as a whole. And I think it's our duty as people, as this community, to help others who are struggling in this virus, whether it's economically or as a medically, with medical illnesses or anything. We should be able to help in any way possible.
All right, stay with us. We are talking with Tiffany Haddish all about dating during the coronavirus pandemic, because she ready. Plus, Bobby Bones shares how he and his girlfriend are doing while self-isolating together and why he decided to start his new trivia show.
Country star Jimmy Allen is spending his time in self-isolation spotlighting new artists on his Instagram, recently featuring up-and-comers Aaron Vance and Cody Newman. I recently chatted with Jimmy, Aaron, and Cody. They shared how they all connected and what Jimmy's support means to them. Take a look.
I met Cody through we had a mutual friend, and Aaron, we just met in Nashville. You know, we used to work out of the same building. I just always loved him. You know, I loved his music, love who he is as a person. And I told him, I was like, bro, we need to do some work together. So me and Aaron got some things in the works as soon as this thing is lifted and we can get back in the studio with the band and stuff. So
yeah.
You don't see a lot of people that's out there, that's artists that have a chance to do something. When they get that chance, you don't see nobody out there to say, hey man, let's check this guy out or check this guy. You know, you don't ever see a lot of artists supporting artists. Man, I respect you a whole lot for doing what you're doing, because it takes a lot to do that. And out of all the people I know since I've been in Nashville, in this generation, man, Jimmy, you're the first person I see to do this, man. And that's a blessing, man. And I thank God for you.
Jimmy has really been there for me since the beginning. I'm still really growing as an artist. I think developing a community is a very important thing as an artist, because helping others grow, like Jimmy said, is as important as helping yourself grow.
Jimmy also opened up to me about how he's been handling self-isolation. Jimmy Allen was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when he was 13 years old, and he shared that being self-isolated hasn't been easy on his mental health. Take a listen.
The first couple weeks was great. The last couple weeks have just been mentally rough. So, you know, trying to write and create, and I was like, yeah, I'm struggling right now, but you know, it's cool. It's getting better.
Yeah, Jimmy, I saw that on your Instagram. You had some music, you had a post about mental illness, and opened up about the struggles with that. What have you found that has helped at all? I mean, I know you're kind of still in it. We're all still in this, but have you found that music is helping you sort of cope?
Not really, honestly. For me, what has helped I didn't have to take medication anymore was like touring and traveling and meeting people. And that's kind of what was my medication for a while. And, you know, the first couple of weeks of the quarantine was easy. And I was like, this is, we can get through this. Then the last couple of weeks, when what I realized was my new medication, the touring and the being around people and hanging out was stripped, I had to like readjust and try to figure out, okay, what else can I do to kind of help myself, you know, get through it? Because I didn't want to get on medication again, because for me, it makes me like blah, like no personality, no energy. But at the same time, I don't really want the mood swings either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Honestly, it's something I haven't figured out yet. Still trying to find a balance. But as soon as I find out one, I'm definitely going to tweet it and recommend it to people.
Yeah. I mean, have you had a lot of response from fans that stick out to you? I mean, talking about bipolar, that's something that a lot of people can relate to. Have people touched base with you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out, you know. Some people I had an artist reach out. He's a well-known country artist, and he has bipolar disorder, but he said he's not comfortable enough to say it, but he thanked me for doing it, and he asked me why. I said, well, the one thing I don't want is people to feel like they're on an island by themselves, because when you feel like you're isolated and you're on your own, you feel hopeless, you know, and who knows what those hopeless thoughts can turn into. So my thing was, if there's any way I can let them know, hey, you're not in this by yourself, someone that you might listen to on the radio has the same struggles as you, it reinforces the fact that we're all human. We all struggle with something, and to realize there's a way to get over it if we take the time to try to find it. You know,
really great that he's been able to open up so honestly. And in addition to giving a platform to new artists during the coronavirus, he's also enjoying being dad to his new baby. That's right. In early March, Jimmy's fiance gave birth to their daughter, Naomi. So how is dad life treating him?
My daughter was born March 1st, the same day that make me want to with number one.
We'll be sneaking on out to your car.
So congrats on that from a little delayed, but
yeah, man. So she's, you know, doing what babies do, nothing, just sleeping and pooping. And I took that advice that people said, and I wiped down, you know.
Yeah, I remember that was the number one piece of advice you had to keep straight.
Right down. Yeah, because I've done the boy baby thing. I've mastered the art of the boy. And you can tell it's like my second kid and her first, because like every time she cries, she's like, she runs and grabs her, like, she good. She all right. Let her self-soothe. Let her self-soothe.
Another really cool thing Jimmy's doing on Instagram these days is hosting a celebrity hangman. He's kicking it old school, so I decided to challenge him to a friendly game. Check this out. Cody, let's start with you. Guess a letter. And by the way, this is COVID, sort of COVID themed generally. Okay, it has to do with some of the stuff we're doing now in the new world with isolation and being healthy. Give me a letter. O.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, dang.
Boom. All right, who's next? Aaron.
Let's see. A.
Yep. Oh, 2 big A's. Here we go.
Just like the name there. Aaron.
Hey.
Aaron.
Hey.
All right, Jimmy, we got one? Uh-oh. There she comes.
Yeah, I need Lex. I need something I can write on. I asked Lex to bring me paper. She brings me paper with stuff all over it. She brings me wedding invite phone numbers. I can't write on that. She had one job.
Yeah, one job.
It's like, nah, she's got 1,000 jobs. She's the best. All right, let's do I don't know. Let's do an M.
Ooh. Got an M.
Ooh.
I'd like the salt.
All right.
I mean, eventually, not right now.
You can solve right now.
Eventually, just not. No, I don't know it right now.
Okay. All right, Cody, we're back to you. Here we go. Remember, it's themed based on the events that are happening now.
E.
What is that?
Boom.
We're talking. Awesome.
All right, Aaron.
There's an E.
I'm sorry. Somebody knocked on my door.
All right. Aaron, you got to
Tell them
guess?
you're social distancing.
I know, right? Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, Aaron.
Yeah. Every time we stop, it's your turn.
Thank God for editors.
I'm going to say L. L.
Wait, what?
You gotta leave that in.
L.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I think I do.
Well, you can guess.
All right, face mask.
Oh! Face mask got it. Just that. I'm impressed.
Oh.
I think we have time for one more. Jimmy, you want to do one?
Yeah, let's do it.
You ready? You have something to write?
Yeah, I do. Make sure I'm spelling it right.
I know. I had the same thing when I made it. Wait, F-A-C-E. Oh, wait. You know what? I should have done this to
All right.
Wait, hold on. Let me do once for the editors to have the final. There we go. Yep, face mask. Boom. Okay. All right. Jimmy Allen, here we go.
This is 2 words. Mr. Parsons, would you like to take the lead on this?
I'm gonna guess A.
No A's.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hold on, let me draw
That's
a
a head,
stick
right?
man. Yep. Bang.
All right, who's next? Cody?
My next? Okay, T.
T. No T's.
What's the theme, Jimmy? Is there a theme for this?
Yeah, what's the
yeah.
thing?
Something I like to do. My bad.
Uh-oh.
All right. It's me.
Yep.
F.
Yes, there's an F.
You know it.
I'm paying attention.
I know it too. Wait, did you guess it?
No, I just said F.
Okay, my turn. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess a G.
Yep.
Is it just? Well, okay. Go fishing.
Nope, that's not it.
What?
Nope.
I just thought you forgot a G.
So it's not go fishing. It's go fishing. You got to say it different. So, yeah, you got it right.
Go fishing. Yeah, well, you put a space for a G.
I did.
I want to say thank you to all the healthcare workers, all the people on the front lines, the delivery guy, the Amazon guy that shows up to my house every day, bringing these weird things that I buy online. Thank you, man. Thank you. That little, I bought this chin strap thing. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to lift your chin.
Oh, to keep the skin tight.
I looked super young 3 days ago.
Well, you don't have that right there, do you? Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you put it on yet? Just so we can see. I mean, this is actually a really good tip.
Yeah. So basically, you wash your face, and you put this on, and you leave it on for like 2 hours.
Whoa. Okay. So it's like soaking. It's putting like some sort of solution or something in your skin.
Minerals and like so you in here, and then it looks like you got a mask on, and people think you pulled your mask down, but really. You're lifting that chin up.
Firming that chin up. So you put that on for a couple hours and then good to go. It's like tightens it.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yes. All right. Hey, and I'm not joking. Kind of a good look. Yeah, the whole mask thing is a new thing now, a new style choice.
Yeah, this is sexy. You can wear this with a cute little top and like, hi guys. I'm out here being corona safe.
Yeah, this is your next Bumble date.
Tiffany Haddish is living her best life possible in isolation. So besides some random shopping sprees, she's been promoting the dating app Bumble and has fans wondering what is really going on between her and rapper Common after they had a Bumble date.
Yeah, Tiffany talked to me about the next date she has planned with Common and so much more. But first, I played her a clip from our last interview at the Like a Boss premiere to get a little update on her current status. Watch.
I'm making time for 2020, and whoever like me, holla. Now make sure your credit right. You ain't got no whole bunch of kids. If you got kids, they need to be already grown.
Okay.
And not trying to be like, I don't need to be teaching them how to wash clothes or how to clean their room or nothing like that. I'm a grown ass man.
All right.
You need to be a full man, not living with your mama unless she's sick and you taking care of her.
Okay, right, because then you got a heart and you got to do your thing.
I want a real man that got his own business going.
Here comes the best part.
And not needing me for
Hold on.
nothing but companionship, an ear to listen to, and a little bit of a good time.
Oh my goodness!
When I say it's a little bit, I mean a little bit.
Oh my goodness! So you got the criteria down right there. I just want to know, how's it going? Have you like checked every box as you're doing the virtual dating?
I think I have checked every box.
Oh really?
I think I have.
Okay, so things are going good. I mean, we know that you had that virtual date with Common that everybody's talking about. He kind of checks every box based on what I heard, I think.
Yeah, based on what, I even, they didn't put that part in there, but I asked him what his credit score was, and he knew what it was, which is really important.
Oh, he knew it right off the bat.
He knew it, which is really important to me because, you need to know. I think your credit score is like your grown-up report card. Okay, it shows how responsible you are, that people are willing, they trust you to, finance you or whatever. So I feel the same way about my body.
So I just wanted to know how that date go with him. Was that, I know it was publicity. There's a lot of stuff to it, but it felt good though, based on my view.
Look, let me tell you, it was actually really fun. It felt really good. I am totally looking forward to hanging out with him. He invited me over to his place Saturday, and I'm like,
oh,
you're not sick, and I'm not sick. And he's like, I can't cook, but I got a chef to come and cook for us. I'm like, is the chef sick?
He's checking off boxes you didn't even know you wanted. Chef, okay, yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right.
And so that's set for Saturday, possibly.
Yes.
All right, we'll see how it goes. We'll be looking at your stories and stuff to see if there's any follow-up. We posted some stuff about that. A lot of fans wondering the status, and I don't know how you, in general, with your love life, do you like to define things, or you just kind of let it be what it is and grow naturally?
I let it be what it is and grow naturally. I'm one of those people, like, just let it be. If it turns into something more, then it turns into something more. But
okay. And look,
let me tell you something. I think I got a mental problem.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if I'm the only person in the country that's suffering from this. And I feel like I can't be the only person doing this, but I think I might be. I've been washing my clothes and folding them and putting them on one side of my bed. And instead of like putting them away, I've been sleeping next to them.
Like a little cuddle buddy.
And I like roll up, like, I got this really soft, fluffy robe. I keep that right there, and I just roll over, and I'm like, oh yeah. Like,
no, I think spooning with with the laundry is totally legit, especially if it's fresh out of the dryer.
Yeah.
Nice and warm. That's a good by the way, that's a great survival tip for lonely isolation.
I'm like, is there something wrong with me? No. Like, and then I'm like telling myself, I wake up, I'm like, I gotta get these clothes out of the bed. I'll never get a man in here if I got clothes in the bed. There's no space for a man.
There's a lot of choices out there. Why is Bumble working so well for you?
Well, I think Bumble is working really well for me because it's safe. It's where, I as the woman get to make the first move. So go through everything, and I'm like, okay, he's cute. He's into this, he's into that. All right. And then I click on him, and then if it matches us, then I make I have the opening line, and how you open up a conversation really, I think, determines where that conversation is going to go.
How does a virtual date situation feel different for you from, obviously the real deal? Clearly you can't touch each other, but what else is different?
There's a lot of things different about it. Like, plus side, if he says or does something that you don't like, you can just hang up. It's just done and block. So, and he doesn't have your number because everything's done through the app. So you don't have to give out your personal information. So I really like that. And then like you guys can watch a movie together and actually talk to each other during the movie and like pause it, like pause, wait, I got a question.
And break it down. Right.
So it's a really good way to have conversation and not interrupt the whole movie theater. It's just you two.
It kind of makes it sort of a real life Too Hot to Handle. I don't know if you've been watching this on Netflix, where they can't have physical contact, no like sexual connection. They just have to talk and get to know each other. It's forcing it right now, right? I mean, this situation's forcing that.
Oh, I got to check that show out.
Yeah, you got to get to know each other before you touch.
Right, but the thing that I don't like about it is you can't smell them, and the smell is so important. Like, hygiene is really important, and like that scent, it's like the scent of a man that just makes you go, ooh. Like sometimes a guy walks by and you don't even know him, and you smell like, and you just instantly get turned on. Like, you can't tell if that's going to be the case with this. Like, you don't know if your biochemistry is right.
what's your number one tip for people? Because so many people right now are doing the virtual date. Number one tip for kind of surviving.
Number one tip, don't show your privates. Do not show your
clothes on.
Save that for real life. Save that for when you're in front of each other. Don't put yourself out there like that, because you don't. It's just, what if it doesn't work out? Now you got some stranger that knows what your boobs look like. You know what I'm saying?
And chances are the lighting can be weird. You don't even know how good it's going to look. Honestly, let's just be real.
It can look crazy.
Here's something that stuck out to us. You and Common ended up donating $50,000 to grants to food-related businesses across the country. You're also going to be part of this Feeding America comedy festival. It's coming up May 9th, I think, is the date.
Yes.
A lot of people, you, Eddie Murphy, Billy Crystal, Kevin Hart. What can you tell us about that and why you're committed to kind of giving back right now?
I'm super committed to giving back right now because, you know, coming from where I come from, you know, from foster care and whatnot, somebody gave to me. You know, I might not know exactly who those people are, but somebody gave time, gave money, gave clothing, different things to support my growth. And so I want to be able to support the growth of others. And, you know, I know what it's like to be hungry and starving, and it is a horrible feeling. And if I can do something to prevent that, I'm going to try.
It's so good to talk to you. Tiffany Haddish, thank you so much. And guys, if you want to take control, ladies, if you want to take control of your dating life, download that Bumble app for free.
Yes, download it today. Not on, it's like people are like, I've watched every single TV show. Well, make your own show.
Oh, that's the best sales pitch ever.
So it's easy to get a little stir-crazy these days, but according to Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise has always been a big fan of personal space. So the pair starred together in The Outsiders back in 1983, and according to Rob, Tom didn't want to be his bunk buddy when it came to sharing a hotel room while auditioning for their roles. It's a pretty crazy story here. Rob called into Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, where he shared a story about how Tom threw a fit about their hotel accommodations. So here's what he said. All of the LA people survived the LA auditions, and then the handpicked people had to go to New York to face the New York version. Rob remembers it was the first time he had ever stayed at the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan. And he adds with a laugh, we check in, and Tom finds out that we're sharing a room and just goes ballistic. But Rob has no hard feelings. He went on to tell Dax that Tom just knew his worth, saying, quote, there's certain people who have always been who they are, and that element of them has powered them to where they are today. The notion that an 18-year-old actor with a walk-on part in Endless Love and like a seventh lead in Taps could have that kind of wherewithal. Rob remembers thinking, wow, this guy is the real deal. He calls the whole situation gnarly, but says you can't argue with the results. He had his eye on the ball since day one. Rob also dished on Tom Cruise's relentless competitiveness when it came to learning stunts for The Outsiders. He says Tom ended up being the only one who could do a backflip. It's in the movie, The Outsiders, for no reason, just to do it. The now classic also starred Patrick Swayze, Diane Lane, and Matt Dillon. The movie celebrated its 37th anniversary in March. And I gotta say, now I wanna hear Tom Cruise's memories from those days too. All right, now moving on to this. Jeremy, what do you got for us?
American Idol mentor and radio legend Bobby Bones has launched a fun new game show. It's called Super Easy Trivia, and it's on his social media, all in an effort to help lighten the mood during the coronavirus pandemic. He opened up to me about how he got started with the show, raising money for charity, and so much more, including how it's been going while self-isolating with his girlfriend. Watch this.
I haven't had a girlfriend in years, and I actually met Caitlin last season on Dancing with the Stars, which I wasn't on, but I went back to see my friend Lauren Elena, who was competing, and one of her best friends does PR for ABC, and she was with a friend who does PR, who I've gotten to know because I do a bunch of shows with ABC, and I met her, and we didn't, really hit it off or anything the first time we met. We just were like, hi, what's up? And then we started talking on Instagram like a month later, and I was going back, and I was doing To Tell the Truth, that game show, and I was like, hey, I'm in town. We should get together. She didn't think it was a date. I did. And so that was a little clunky. But then we went out, and then we went out again. And then we were luckily at the point in our relationship where I was like, hey, do you just want to quarantine together? So she came here from Los Angeles and has been here for 7 weeks. And it's been great. So
we've done so much talking to different people about the nature of relationships in this kind of environment and how that isolation decision, it can fast track things in some wild ways. You find out quirks you never knew. What would you say annoys her the most about you at this point?
I love playing PlayStation 4, which I never have played video games in my life. I've never been a gamer, but I thought, well, I'm going to have something to do. So I bought a PS4. I play NBA 2K20 all the time. I think that's probably a little bit annoying. I think I'm just a baby when I'm not feeling good. She's a champ. Like what I've learned about her is she should not put up with someone like me.
Okay. You get kind of mopey.
Yeah, I get, last night I had a headache and I was just like, I can't do it. Life can't go on. And she's like, here's your medicine, boo-boo. Yeah. But yeah, she's definitely a caretaker.
Let's talk about this. You're hosting this new game show, Super Easy Trivia. You were just telling me right before, just something you decided to do, kind of get your friends together from radio, from other things. Obviously, you've done a lot with Dancing with the Stars, different things. Talk to me about that, where the idea came from, and how you feel about the fact that it's really catching on here.
Well, I had a couple game shows come and say, hey, you should host this game show. And I was like, unless I have the right game show, I want to like tell jokes and I want to do my type of show. So I kept saying, this one's not for me yet, but let's hold on. Well, then once everything started to kind of come together and we're not able to leave our houses, I created this show of Super Easy Trivia where anyone could watch and know all the answers. But then it got a little harder as it went. And I started calling all my country music friends that are over here. And then I started calling my Dancing with the Stars friends. Then I have radio friends. We've done 7 episodes so far, and it's on all my socials, and it gets about 1 million views an episode, which is crazy, all combined. And now, in the weirdest thing, it was just something I thought would be fun. Now people are coming to me going, hey, we should make this into a TV show like networks. And I'm like, where the crap were you like 4 months ago when I was like out going, let's find a So yeah, people can watch it on my socials, Mr. Bobby Bones, but it really was not anything other than super easy questions that anyone can play along to. Using Zoom, but now it's kind of turned into, I give $500 to the charity of the celebrity's choice if they win, and if someone wins who is like a listener of the show, I give them $100. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So one more time, where can people watch? Well, you can watch it on my Instagram TV, Mr. Bobby Bones. That's one of the places, so you can go over there and watch it there. You should. Will you commit on the record right now to playing in the next couple weeks? I will. Let me check my schedule. Yeah, I think I got some time. Okay. Hey, if there's space for me, I will come on in the next 2 weeks at some point, for sure. I would love to. This might be something that we'll see after the quarantine's over. This might be picked up and move forward, you're saying. Well, it wasn't supposed to be, honestly, but at this point, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy writing it. And if I can do it from home and people want to, we're just trying to make content that people think is fun, is compelling, makes people smile. Then I'm going to keep doing it. I'm about to announce another show that I'm doing too, which is pretty exciting. So it's been I feel like the little guy is finally coming out on top a little bit here. So it's so good. I'm trying to represent all my people and we're growing. I got a girlfriend. I got a dog that's healthy. He got his cone off today, which is fantastic. Really? He's been living with that cone for 2 weeks. So. What was the cone for? What happened? He had his 7th surgery. I got a dog that had some health issues when I got him, and he had a 7th surgery, and he had a big infection in his cheek, and it's swollen up like this big. So we cut it out, and the cone is gone. Cone's gone, so things are looking up here. Things are looking up. Let's quickly talk about this. You're recently able to surprise a nurse on the front lines with $500 during that trivia thing. You're also raising money for kids who rely on schools for food, medical supplies for healthcare organizations. Why do you have such a heart to give back at this moment? I mean, obviously it's something that needs to happen, but it seems like you're really championing it. Well, for me, just my whole life, in a very selfish way, I feel like I give back because I was given to my whole life. I grew up, in an environment that wasn't the most advantageous. I grew up a poverty kid on food stamps and welfare and didn't have a dad. And so for me, if it wasn't for church groups or PTAs donating to me to have food or Christmas presents, I wouldn't be here today, right? And so my goal through the last 15 years or so of my career has been to give back as much as possible. And with what's happening now, just on the game show, we had a nurse on, and I was like, let's get her on. If she doesn't win, I still want to give her money. She was in her nurse outfit. It's like 2 episodes ago. And I told her, I was like, you're eliminated, but you win $500 just for being awesome. And she was like, so, I give because I was given to, and I hope that I can turn that over and do it so many more times than people ever help me out. Man, it's really good to talk to you. It's good to catch up. Thank you for all you're doing. Thanks for taking some time. And I'm going to see you on the game show in the next couple of weeks. I'm not kidding. So don't big time me. Don't big time me when I hit you up. Yeah, I'm going to big time you. I'll do it. Thank you, Bobby Bones.
All right, coming up tomorrow, Dorit Kemsley is talking all things Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 10.
Plus, a group of Georgetown alums banded together to support one of their own after his coronavirus diagnosis. It's definitely a story that'll make you smile.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.